Why Meghan and Harry will briefly split up during their royal tour to Australia. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex will go their separate ways for one day of their two-week tour. Later this month, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry will embark upon their first overseas royal tour together, taking an exciting trip to Australia, Fiji, the Kingdom of Tonga, and New Zealand. In September, Kensington Palace revealed an itinerary of where the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are going to be, and when, but now even more specific details have been released about the engagements they'll be making, and it seems the newlywed couple won't be sticking together for the whole of the trip. In a statement released yesterday, October 4th, Kensington Palace announced that the focus of the tour will be on youth leadership, and projects being undertaken by young people to address the social, economic, and environmental challenges of the region. There will also be certain visits dedicated to environmental and conservation efforts. Given it's her first international tour as a fully fledged member of the royal family, we bet Meghan will be feeling a little nervous, but the royal family has proved it has every faith in her by planning in an individual engagement during the trip where Harry won't be present. On day 9 of the royal tour, Wednesday 24th of October, Prince Harry will head off to meet school children and representatives from sustainable tourism industries in Suva, Fiji, while Meghan will instead attend a morning tea at the British High Commissioner's residence. There they will showcase women's organizations which operate throughout Fiji, effectively confirming the theory that Meghan's future focus when it comes to solo royal projects will be on causes that support women. After helping to launch a charity cookbook as her first solo project as a royal, and after her lone visit to the opening of the Oceania exhibit at the Royal Academy of Arts at the end of last month, Meghan has had plenty of practice when it comes to holding the fort alone for royal duties. Here's a rundown of everything the Duke and Duchess have on the itinerary of their 16-day tour. They are going to be busy. Tuesday 16th October, Sydney, Australia, a visit to Admiralty House, the official Sydney residence of the Governor-General of Australia. The official opening of Taronga Zoo, where they'll meet two koalas and their joeys. Can't wait for those pictures. A rehearsal of Spirit 2018 by the Bhangra Dance Theatre and meeting members of the public. A reception back at Admiralty House with Australians from a broad range of sectors including charity and community, business and industry, arts and culture, sport and entertainment. Wednesday 17th October, Dubbo, Australia. A visit to the Royal Flying Doctor Service to learn more about the life-saving role the aviation service provides for people living in rural and regional areas. A picnic in Dubbo's Victoria Park to join locals and celebrate community spirit within the region. A visit to a local school working to improve the education outcomes of young Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders. Thursday 18th October, Melbourne, Australia. A walk to Government House, meeting members of the public along the way, before attending an official reception there with a group of local young leaders. A visit to a social enterprise cafe which offers leadership, mentoring and training programs for young Aboriginal people. A visit to a primary school to meet students who are involved in sustainability programs. A trip via tram to South Melbourne Beach, where they will meet volunteers from a local beach patrol program. Friday 19th October, Sydney, Australia. A trip to Bondi Beach, where they'll meet a local surfing community group and take part in a Fluoro Friday session, where people of all ages share their experiences of mental health issues. Take part in a youth advocate program that aims to unite and inspire young people to be advocates for cohesion and inclusion in their communities. Prince Harry will climb the Sydney Harbour Bridge to officially raise the Invictus flag along with Australia's Prime Minister, the Honourable Scott Morrison MP, and some Invictus Games competitors. Meet with the Leader of the Opposition at Admiralty House, and the Prime Minister at Kirribilli House. Saturday 20th October, Sydney, Australia. A boat trip to attend the Invictus Games Sydney 2018 Jaguar Land Rover Driving Challenge on Cockatoo Island. Attend a reception hosted by the NSW Premier, the Honourable Gladys Berejiklian MP, inside the Opera House. Attend the Invictus Games Sydney 2018 opening ceremony. Sunday 21st October, Sydney, Australia. Watch some of the Invictus Games cycling and sailing. Have lunch at a reception hosted by the Prime Minister along with Invictus Games competitors. Monday 22nd October, Fraser Island, Australia. Visit to Fraser Island, the world's largest sand island. Take part in a traditional welcome to country smoking ceremony and unveil a plaque. A visit to one of Fraser Island's iconic lakes to meet with local elders and national park rangers. A visit to a Fraser Island beach to learn about the history in the island's logging trade. A walk along the picturesque Kingfisher Bay jetty. Tuesday 23 October, Suva, Fiji. An official greeting by a guard of honor at the airport, before calling on His Excellency the President of Fiji at Boron House. Attend an official welcome ceremony in the city center's Albert Park, involving various traditional elements of Fijian culture. Attend a reception and a state dinner hosted by the President of Fiji the Grand Pacific Hotel. Wednesday 24 October, Suva, Fiji. Prince Harry will lay a wreath at the Fiji War Memorial and meet a number of Fijian war veterans. A visit to the University of the South Pacific campus in Suva, where they will watch a cultural performance on the effects of climate change, before meeting students. Prince Harry will visit Koloai. Suva is an indigenous forest site housing many flora and fauna native to Fiji, where he will unveil a plaque. Prince Harry meet with school children, student conservators, representatives from sustainable tourism industries, and local landowners and villagers to discuss the impact of rainforests. Meghan will attend a morning tea at the British High Commissioner's residence to showcase women's organizations which operate throughout Fiji. Thursday 25 October, Nadi, Fiji and Nuku'alofa, Tonga. A visit to the city of Nadi in western Fiji, where they will attend an official welcome ceremony at Nadi Airport. The unveiling of a new statue commemorating Sergeant Talaiasi Labalaba, a British Fijian soldier who lost his life in the 1972 Battle of Mirbat. Travel to Tonga, where they will be met at Fuamotu Airport by Her Royal Highness the Princess Angelica Lachifupka. A visit to Consular House in central Nuku'alofa for a private audience with His Majesty King Tupu VI and Queen Nanazipo'u, followed by an official reception and dinner with traditional Tongan entertainment. Friday 26 October, Nuku'alofa, Tonga and Sydney, Australia. A visit to the St. George Building to meet with Prime Minister S. Akilai Pohiva and members of the cabinet. Attend an exhibition celebrating Tongan handicrafts and products, where they will meet local Tongan traders and craftsmen. A visit to Tupu College, the oldest secondary school in the Pacific, founded by a British missionary in 1866. An official farewell at the Royal Palace. Attend the Australian Geographic Society Awards back in Sydney to present youth awards for achievements in conservation and adventure. Saturday 27 October, Sydney, Australia. Watch the wheelchair basketball finals of the Invictus Games. Attend the Invictus Games closing ceremony at Qudos Bank Arena. Sunday 28 October, Wellington, New Zealand. Travel on a Royal New Zealand Air Force flight to Wellington, New Zealand, being met on arrival by the Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern. Attend the traditional welcome ceremony on the lawns of Government House, including a haka performed by members of the New Zealand Defence Force and a 21-gun salute. A visit to the Pukekohe National War Memorial Park to lay a wreath at the tomb of the unknown warrior and visit the newly unveiled UK War Memorial. Take a public walkabout in the Memorial Park. Meet the Prime Minister and Leader of the Opposition at Government House, before attending a reception hosted by the Governor-General celebrating the 125th anniversary of women's suffrage in New Zealand. Monday 29 October, Wellington and Abel Tasman, New Zealand. A visit to one of Wellington's most iconic cafes to meet young people from various mental health projects. Visit to Abel Tasman National Park, famed for its golden beaches and native bushwalks, where they'll be greeted by a traditional welcome ceremony on arrival. Go on a trail walk with one of the park's rangers. Have barbecue lunch and tree planting with the park's young ambassadors and local school children. Attend an event celebrating the city's thriving creative arts scene. Tuesday 30th October, Auckland, New Zealand. Visit the North Shore to dedicate a 20-hectare area of native bush to the Queen's Commonwealth Canopy. Take part in a welliwanging contest with children from the Trees in Survival Group. A visit to Pillars, a charity operating across New Zealand that supports children who have a parent in prison through the provision of special mentoring schemes with the Prime Minister. Meet the people of Auckland on the Viaduct Harbour. Attend a reception hosted by the Prime Minister at the Auckland War Memorial Museum, including cultural performances and entertainment by members of the Pacifica community. Wednesday, 31st October, Rotorua, New Zealand. A visit to Rotorua, a town set on Lake Rotorua, renowned for its geothermal activity and Maori culture. Lunch at Te Pepeirumri. A visit to Rainbow Springs to learn more about the center's kiwi breeding program, where they will name 2 young kiwi chicks. Meet members of the public gathered in the city. A visit to Redwoods Tree Walk Rotorua, a 700 meters long walkway of suspension bridges between 117-year-old redwood trees. Kensington Palace has confirmed that Harry and Meghan will depart Auckland the following day, 1st of November, bound for London.